Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. As always, people, make sure you lot are smashing up the likes as always, people, man. You know what I'm saying? Back to winning ways, people. Yeah. Nice professional performance today, people. Good chances created. Brilliant performances from the likes of Mudryk, the likes of Felix, Badia Shield coming into his own, Enzo playing in his natural position, people. Not running about like some busy bee. Yeah. Neto getting a little bit warmer in the second half. Cucurella. Yeah. Jorgensen just, being comfortable on the ball. Like what I've been saying he is, people. Yeah. But we're going to break it down. We are going to break it down because I'll be honest with you, people. I've been really impressed with today's performance. Really impressed. Right? Because in that first half, a major thing that we had to do going into this game was make sure that we quietened that crowd. Right? That crowd were rocking. This was their final today. Do you know what I'm saying? This is a big club. Were previously in the Champions League and whatnot. They come there with numbers. Greek people. They've got a lot of passion in that. We had to go in there today and do what we did against Liverpool at the weekend. Silence that crowd. Yeah. First few minutes, they were onto us. Popping it about. I was seeing some good patterns from them. They had a very good chance, literally in the first few seconds of the game. Jorgensen made a very good save to get to it as well. But overall, we held our own. Yeah. We started to build. We started to get comfortable in the ball. I'm seeing the likes of Felix looking quite sharp in the first half. And I knew Felix would have a good game today. Yeah? I knew Felix would have a good game. From the first few touches that I saw from him, I knew that he would have a good game. You can always tell when a player's going to have a good game just from the first few touches that they take. Right? Him, Ooze and Mudryk linked up very well today. Do you know what I'm saying? But from back to front, like I said, was keeping the ball well. Every single time that we were being pressed, right? We were just beating that press. Just constantly kept beating that press, playing it in between the lines. Like I said, Enzo Fernandez today, we just looked a lot more comfortable, just dictating the game. Yeah, keeping it simple and not constantly breaking stride and trying to cover all this ground. Yeah, I thought him and Ooze in that pivot. For me, the balance ain't really there because ideally you want someone who's a little bit more physical next to Enzo if he's playing in that role. For example, if you want to invert Cucurella, for example, or invert like a Vega next to him to help him cover that ground. But obviously, we're playing in a lesser competition, so you can kind of get away with it here, right? But Cucurella in between those lines in that left half space, bro, he knows how to play that role. When he plays in that left half space in comparison to Gusto, it is night and day. Night and day. His decision-making spot on. The way he wins the ball back is spot on. The way he gets back into position is spot on. You know what I mean? The way he just pops it around. You can just see that experience oozing every single time I see him in that role. Yeah, because he was playing further up than Enzo and Ooze. He was trusted to play in that half space, yeah, and try and link up with the likes of Mudryk. You know what I mean? I thought in the first half, Badia Shield was fantastic from the back. Yeah, he didn't put a foot wrong. The way he was just playing it into the midfield, every time the ball was coming to him, not panicking like what we've been seeing the past few months since I don't know, since Poch came into this club. Yeah, the past 2 games is the Badia Shield that I was seeing last season. Yeah. I know in the second half, the defense started to look a little bit, a little bit away, But it was nothing critical to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, these guys are stinking out the place. They were still doing their job in the second half, the likes of Vega, Desarci and that. Yes, they fell asleep for the goal, but listen, if you play the way we play in terms of brave, trying to play out from the back and that, you are going to leave spaces in behind. Yeah, it was a good well-worked goal from these guys today. I don't even know how to pronounce their name. What are they called? So they're called Panathinaikos. Panathinaikos is how you pronounce it, people. I'm just gonna call them Pana. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna call them Pana. I don't even know how to pronounce these, man. You know what I mean? They are not shit. I can't lie. They are not a shit team, but what it is that we are a very good team. Yeah. The fact that we can make 11 changes and the second team, like I've said before, can play the exact same way as the first team is a breath of fresh air to me, because that shows me that everything Maresca'S doing in such a short period of time, people. Don't forget that we're not even in November yet. Yeah? We're not even in the new year yet, right? In such a short period of time, he's been able to implement his ideas and the players are buying into it. The second half, some of the build-up in the second half was brilliant. Brilliant. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about the first goal for that Felix scored. Yeah? Nice pass from Ooze over the top to Felix. Felix just flicks it onto Mudryk. Mudryk delays the run. Yeah, and that's something that, again, Mudryk before was quite erratic. Now I'm seeing him actually thinking about his next steps. Because the problem I've had with Mudryk since he's joined Chelsea is that I can see the raw attributes, but the problem with him is that his brain thinks quicker than his feet a lot of the time. Yeah, his brain thinks a lot quicker than his feet, and he just messes it up, you know. But today I was seeing a guy that was assured. I was seeing a guy that believes in himself right now. I was seeing a guy that had confidence. Yeah, and even though he was dropped against Liverpool the other day, today's performance was showing me that he still believes in himself. He still wants to add something to this team. He's taking all the criticism that Maresca'S saying about him on board, right? Because he delayed that pass that he played to Felix. The weight of pass to Felix was perfect. Felix just had to tap it in, basically. Do you know what I'm saying? It was a nice finish from Felix. It was like a good finish for a 9, typical 9 goal. Yeah, but it doesn't happen without Mudryk's movement. Obviously, Duisburg's pass and the weight of pass with Mudryk. That's one thing I keep saying, people. Mudryk's crossing is very underrated. Go back to the game against Forest when he just whipped it in on his left foot, right? If you watch this guy without any agendas and that, I've noticed, I've said it for a time. Even when people were trying to cook this guy, I said, bro, Mudryk's crossing is actually quite good. Yeah, left foot and right foot. And that's a skill that you need as a winger. Because we saw Neto for the second goal. Let's talk about the second goal. Because we saw Neto for the second goal, whips it in on his right foot. We know Neto's very good at crossing. And Mudryk's just there to finish it off. Back post run. That's showing that he's developing his movement in the box. Because I'm pretty sure a year or two ago, he probably wouldn't have even been there. He would have probably been outside the box. You know what I'm saying? Looking to see what's going on in that. Because there's times you look at Mudryk and I'm looking at him like, are you okay, bro? Are you in there, bro? Are you in there, bro? Yeah? But today, he was locked in. Nice goal from him. Yeah? And then for the third goal, for him to bring down the ball when it came in the air, very good touch. And again, people, weight of pass to just play it in the path of Felix. Obviously, Felix got a little bit of luck on that as well with the deflection. But listen, like Michael Owen said, if you don't fucking shoot, you ain't going to score. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that Felix actually tries to take shots from outside the box. That's one thing about Felix that I like about him. Yeah? His end product ain't the best, but he does try to shoot from outside the box. I'd rather that instead of just trying to walk it into the net. Yeah, because things like today can happen. You know? We got quite fortunate with the goal, with the penalty that we got. I thought Nkunku was basically non-existent in the game, but he buries another penalty. That's all the penalties that he's had. He scored. Very, very clean. You know what I'm saying? But again, another game today shows why I don't really like Nkunku playing up top. He's trying to get involved in the game, trying to drop deep and, get involved in that. But when he was dropping deep, there was no one really running ahead of him. And he just wasn't really involved in the game. Someone like Nkunku, you want him involved in the game. That's why you want him behind the striker. But the issue you've got is obviously Felix plays there for us right now, ahead of him. You know what I'm saying? And obviously in the Prem, Palmer plays in that role ahead of him as well. So I don't think we're going to be seeing the best of Nkunku. I think in the box, he'll be finishing chances and that. But overall, people, you're going to be seeing a lot of these performances from him. Because for me, he's just not a striker. It's as simple as that. I don't mean he's shit, but he's just not a striker for me. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't offer the all-round game that Jackson does when he plays up top. That's why Jackson plays ahead of him. Yes, Nkunku's a better finisher, but there's a lot more to that role. And when he plays there, I forget that he's playing in a lot of games, bro. And today was another one. Yeah? I thought Vega, again, another good performance from him. Disasi didn't really have to do much up against Pelestri. You know what I'm saying? But overall, people, I was impressed with that performance because we've got a game against Newcastle now. Maresca'S got, he's got things to think about, whether he's going to start Mudryk, because Mudryk today got 3 GA, he got 2 assists, and he got a goal. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah? Whether he's going to start him against Newcastle, against Trippier, or is he gonna start Sancho for the game? Because Sancho was on the bench today, I believe. Yeah? And in-game management was good as well because we're smoking these guys. I keep talking about it, people. In the second half, we are now coming out like a proper team. Like real men. Yeah? We're not coming out like how we was coming out before with Poch in the second half where we start to fight for our life. Yeah? That was the recurring theme last year. But the recurring theme this time is we come out in the second half and we're sharp. Yeah? I can't remember that game that it was at the Bridge. I think it was against, was it Barrow? When Neto scored straight away in the second half. Against Liverpool, scored straight away in the second half. Today, in the first half, I thought I was controlling the game, but I felt like we didn't really come out of first gear. And I knew Maresca would be telling these, we're only 1-0 up. All it takes is a goal from them and the crowd are going to go up again. Make sure you score early. Yeah. And that's exactly what we did again. In the second half, I'm starting to trust that the team are going to come out and just, start slapping teams or just get locked in straight away. That's the sort of mentality that you need. And that is coming from the manager. Because last year it was completely different, people. I don't know what these lot used to do. I used to say, bro, these man must be singing Kumbaya at half time and that, holding hands and that, when there's nothing to hold hands about. Yeah? This time round, very, very big difference of our second half, the way we come out. Yeah? We scored 3 goals in about 15 minutes, which allowed them to bring on the likes of Tyreek George, who I thought was lively on that side. Yeah, in parts. Mark Gill came on. Another media performance from him, to be fair. But I think he'll come good eventually. You know what I'm saying? Who else did you have that came on? You had Carney. I thought Carney, when he came on and played with Cassidy, I thought he was building up quite well from the back. Like I said, the build-up play in the second half was very good. Yeah. And if you go look at some of the stats as well, we had 58% possession. They had 42%. They had 0.3 xg. They had 1.18 xg. We had 2.42. We actually had 60% possession. They had 40% possession. 4 big chances to their 2. You know what I mean? We had 14 shots. So overall, we deserved to win 4-1. Yeah? And listen, these games, right? I know it's the Conference League and that, but end of the day, it gets the second team warm. So if they're called up on to start at the weekend, or if they need to come off the bench, they already have that confidence. They have that fitness. They have that rhythm of playing games. You don't want to be waiting around for Carabao Cup or FA Cup. You know what I'm saying? And the second team, they're now showing me that, again, they understand exactly what's expected from Maresca. Because go back to the start of the Conference League against Servette when we lost. I know that pitch was shit, but these guys kind of look lost. Now they're understanding exactly what's expected from them. Do you know what I mean? But listen, Mudryk, man, like I said, he just got to keep going. I keep telling people, bro, this guy, before he joined Chelsea, his experience was the experience of a kid. Do you know what I'm saying? If you look at the teams that he was playing for at the time, yeah? I was talking to my boy about this in the group chat. So he played for Shakhtar Donetsk, 29 appearances, 9 goals. He even went on loan to a team called Arsenal Kiev, played 10 games, 0 goals. He went on loan to a team called Desna Cherniv, played 10 games, 0 goals. So yes, he might be 23 in age, but his experience is that of a kid. That's why he plays like a kid. That's why when you're looking at youth team players, you see raw attributes. You're like, oh, this guy looks good. But then in certain parts, you're like, oh, fucking hell. You can see his age. Mudryk, yes, he's 23, but he ain't got the experience of a 23-year-old, people. Yeah? And I've been banging on about it to say, yo, Mudryk is not a dead player, bro. I said before he's got more to his game than Martinelli, and I'm still sticking by that, bro. When people are cooking him, I said he's got more to his game than Martinelli. I see more that I can work with him. And I see a higher ceiling, right? All he needed was a good coach, yeah? And that's exactly what he's got right now with Maresca, people. He's got a very good coach, yeah? Brilliant in-game management from Maresca today. I know he won't be happy with the goal that they scored, but at the end of the day, we scored 4 goals. You know what I mean? So we moved, like I said, because we have to be back at winning ways at the weekend against Newcastle. There'll definitely be a preview out, people. I'll probably ask Pete. I'm actually supposed to be on his channel shortly, but I had some technical issues, so I had to. I'm running a bit late on that one. But we move, people, because we need to beat Newcastle. Yeah. Then we've got United after that. We need to beat United after that. Then obviously we've got Arsenal. Yeah, as well at the Bridge. I want to make sure that we're not losing any of these games, bro. I'm picking up more W's, right? Because the only teams we've lost to in the Prem this year is Liverpool and Man City, and we performed well in both of these games. It's just those are just a few little things there that we need to tweak going forward. You know what I'm saying? But listen, people, as always, let me know what you thought of my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you thought about the game as well. Let me know what you think about Mudryk's performance, man. Where do you think he can sort of get to this level? Because for me personally, I said, yo, it's make or break here for him, you know? And Felix, if he keeps playing like this, you'll start to get a lot more minutes in the Prem, because we didn't even see him in the last game in the Prem. Do you know what I'm saying? In a bit, people. Love.